This is BPX representing the Blue Pill Exodus. I talk about various topics and share experiences to help you wake up from the Blue Pill way of thinking. In this video, we're going to talk about why you should not text or call women who you are highly interested in. This video was brought to you by Mann MakeUp. If Lisa can use it and go from a 3 to a 10, when you put this stuff on, you'll go from Steve to Stefan. Their other products help you go from being a Charlie to Giga Chad. Mann MakeUp. Paint on a different face.
You've been sleeping far too long, and now is the time to wake up. This is the Blue Pill Exodus.
Okay, before we begin, do me a favor and click that like button. If you've had experiences texting and calling women and it backfired on you for some reason, do us a favor and leave a comment down below. Also, click that bell icon. You'll receive notifications when new videos are released. And last but not least, make sure that you share this video with all of your friends. So I hear you guys already. You guys are saying, oh man, you sound stupid. You told me I shouldn't text or call my shorty. Come on now, you sound real stupid. Listen, what I'm talking about right now mainly applies to brand spanking new relationships. Now, if you've been with your shorty for a couple of months, or if you put in time and you've been with a long term, maybe for 3 years or something, then click off this video because this doesn't really apply to you. But right now, what I'm talking about is new relationships where you just meeting a girl and you're just building rapport with her and you don't really know her that well. All right? So here's the situation. You just met a girl online, or let's say you probably met her outside on a cold approach, and you're trying to build rapport with her. So you think it's okay to hit her up night and day on the phone. You're on the phone for 1 or 2 hours trying to build rapport with her, or you're texting her 24/7 just to keep in contact with her. Maybe you don't trust her, so you want to see what she's doing every hour on the hour. That's not cool. What happens is the girls get too comfortable with you and they say, oh wow, this guy is giving me tons of attention. And that does not work in your favor. See, what you're doing is you're conditioning the girl to be your text buddy or to be your phone pal. And she's not really going to want to see you in person because she just wants your phone attention and she just wants to text and talk to you all the time. She's not even going to be interested in seeing you anymore because she's just used to texting and talking to you on the phone. See, what you have to remember is women are backwards creatures. Less is more. So if you're texting and calling her 24/7, she is not going to have any interest in seeing you in person. But let's say you don't text and call her all the time. She is going to start to wonder about you, and she's going to want to spend time with you in person. Don't be fooled, because you're going to hear her complaining. She's going to tell you, you don't text and you don't call me enough. But don't listen to what she has to say, because the moment you start texting and calling her, that's going to be a wrap for you. She's not going to want to spend time with you in person. Another bad thing about texting and calling women all the time is that you're spending copious amounts of time on the phone, texting and calling them, and that's going to take all the mystery out of who you are. So they're going to know too much about you, and you're not going to have an aura of mystery to you. You're not going to have any excitement to you, because she's going to know everything about you, who you are, what you do. She's going to know too much about you. You might even know too much about her. But the bad thing is that she's going to know you in and out, and she's not going to want to see you because you're not going to be exciting to her. She's not going to have anything to think about because you gave her everything to think about. You gave her all your attention and energy over text and over the phone. You see, I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy who's spending hours on the phone with girls, trying to build rapport with them. I remember one time I was on the phone with this girl at like 10 o'clock at night, and I almost fell asleep on the phone with her because I was on the phone with her so long. It felt like we almost fell asleep on the phone together. And I thought that was a great thing, like we was building a connection or something. But no, women just think that you're foolish for doing that. And women just love to suck up your energy and your time and attention, staying on the phone with you or staying texting with you for days. One time I met this chick online, right? And she claimed she was such a freak and she claimed she did this and that. And I was excited at first. So she was like, oh, text me tomorrow and then we'll talk. So I texted her. And then the next day she's like, text me and tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. And I texted her. And then I was like, okay, let's set this thing up for this Friday. And I come over and then we're going to do our thing. And then we're going to handle business. So guess what she did? She kept me on the phone Monday to Friday, straight up texting, talking on the phone. And then when Friday came, she was like, my kid is in the hospital. I can't see you today. And of course that is a lie, because what she was really after is just my attention from the phone and from texting. She wasn't really interested in seeing me. What she was really interested in is getting my attention on the phone, which is really, really silly. But that's what women will do all of the time. So you have to be very careful about how much attention you're giving them when you're first meeting them. You got to be very careful about how much time you're giving them on the phone, whether you're calling them or whether you're texting them. What I would recommend you doing is set a stopwatch right next to you, and at the most, give them about 5 minutes if they need to talk on the phone to fill you out. Or let's say you want to do a video chat with them, set your stopwatch down right there and time it for 5 minutes. And once that 5 minutes is over, be like, I just remember I had something to do. Or just be like, you know, I got to go now, but I'm looking forward to see you over the weekend, or I'm looking forward to see you on such and such time or whatever. And make sure that you cut that conversation short, because what they'll do is they'll try to keep you on the phone for as long as possible, just soaking up your attention, soaking up your energy. And when it comes time to meet, they're not going to be interested in meeting you, because they're going to be so objected to meeting you from, they'll pick out something that they wasn't feeling. Like they said, oh, he said this and he said that, and I'm not sure if I want to meet him anymore. They'll make up excuses not to meet you because they've got your attention already and they don't need to see you in person. So you have to be very careful about how much time you're giving them when you're texting and chatting with them over the phone. So what I suggest you to do instead is be quick about it, and as soon as you start texting them, or as soon as you have the first phone call with them, what you have to do is make sure that you set up a date and make sure that you plan a date to meet with them, and make sure that day is either the same day that you're talking to them or the next day. If you tell them that you'll meet them next week Friday will never come. What they'll try to do is they'll try to start calling you every day until next Friday and seeing how much attention they could get out of you before that date. And when that date comes, they're going to make an excuse why they can't meet you. So be quick about setting up your dates and try to meet with them as soon as possible. Be like, okay, so what you doing today? What you doing later on this evening? Let's get together and hang out. Or, okay, so what you doing tomorrow? Let's get together after work and maybe we could grab a drink or catch a movie or take a walk in the park. Do whatever, but just make sure that you set up your dates quick. Don't be scared to propose a date the same day or the next. So for the guys who's already in long-term relationships, of course, this does not apply to you. But still, you still have to be mindful not to spend so much time texting them or calling them every day on the phone, because what this is going to do is it's going to wear them down and they're going to get tired of you after a while. Even if you're in long-term relationships with them, even if it's your wife, you shouldn't be on the phone with her 24/7 and texting her 24/7, because this shows that you don't have a life of your own and it shows that you don't have things to do. The less you talk to them, the more unavailable you make yourself, shows you that you have things to do, that you have other things to do besides talking with them on the phone all the time. And this actually increases your value. When you start giving them all of your attention, your value decreases. You would think that you would be worth more to them when you give them more of your attention, but it backfires and they perceive you as lesser value because they think that you have no life of your own and they think that they're the center of your universe. So they're like, okay, I don't really need to please this guy or take him seriously because I'm all that he has in his life. So basically, you have to be very careful of how much attention you give women. Yep, that's it for this video. If you had experiences texting and calling women all the time and it backfired on you, do us a favor and leave a comment down below. This is BPX signing off, saying that you don't have to be an alpha male, sigma male, red pill, black pill, purple pill, or even go MGTOW. But please do not simp and be a white knight, blue pill, beta male provider. Later.